Back in early 2015, I fell in love with a chateau I found online. I then had to convince my other half to give up our London life and move to rural France. To my surprise, she said yes, and a year later said yes again at our wedding at the chateau we now called our home. It's just us two and our husky Lightning, and now of course a few animals who seem to have joined us along the way.
It's such a beautiful place to live, so we decided to share it with everyone.
It's obviously a lot of hard work for just us two.
It's not always a fairy tale, and we don't always get it right.
But it's all fantastic fun along the way, so we bring this chateau back to life for others to enjoy as much as we do. Follow us, Angelina and Phil, along with the highs and lows of our chateau life. Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's a lovely crisp day, temperatures are definitely dropping, and we are getting ever closer to getting that room finished, although the deadline's really hitting us now because we obviously want to be in it for Christmas. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but we need to get on with the next part, which is trying to deal with the radiators, because they'll take a couple of days to cure before I can actually plumb them in and put some heat back in there. So we're going to make a start today. Anyone that's new to the channel, of course, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel and enjoy videos about living and renovating in a French chateau, please do think about hitting the subscribe button below the video, and then the bell button for notifications when new videos come out. Completely free. It just means you stay up to date with what we have going on. Now, let's show you the task today. The room is nearing completion. The next step is the dado rails for here, which I'm making when the router bits arrive. Can't do anything until the router bits arrive, but I can get radiator back in here and in here, as Angelina can finish off the painting in this area while the radiator paint themselves are curing. So let's see what state the radiators are in. Okay, so we've done the radiators once before with the jet wash, so I clear them out. I'm gonna do one more run of that today quickly, and then clean them all up, because Angelina's at the Brico, the DIY store, for the right paint basically for the radiators. So I need to start getting these prepped ready. They aren't really too bad. I mean, there's bits of rust showing in certain places. They obviously haven't been painted in many years, and of course, you know, they were in a damp area, and this one's, you can just see it coming through. So we need the right paint on that, and of course need to actually prep it properly, otherwise this stuff's just going to flake off and it'll have been pointless. So let's get the jet wash out. Let's see what's coming out. Yeah. Still a reasonable amount of stuff, but we're never going to get it completely clear. They're old radiators. So let's just do this until we think we're good, and then I'll get on with the outside. I stupidly got a bit excited and started without showing you the before, so I'll show you the slight before. This is what this end looks like. Rust, flaky paint, all sorts of stuff. Time to get at it with this. This is exhausting, and to be honest, I actually really do wish I had a big sandblasting cabinet or somewhere locally to be able to do this, because it would be so much easier. But if you haven't got the right tools, you just make do with what you've got. Let me show you where I've got so far in the last hour, because it ain't far. That's all done. The top is a reason about halfway across. Just now cleaning up the sides on the back. This is the unseen bit, and it really hasn't been painted in many years because it's up against the wall, and you can really see the difference between where I've done and where I haven't. But you can see I haven't got far. It's a big radiator and I've got the little one over there. So I best get on with it. Are you not going to help or are you just going to watch? Just watch, I suppose. Thanks. This is looking a lot better. All the flaking paint's off. I mean, I have to feather the edges in before painting. Rust and everything is off this side. And this end is all sorted. So that can get washed down and primered and get the other one done. That's as much as I can get done on that one, as the light's fading and the cold's really coming in. And Angelina's returned home with a big rug. But I need to ask the hive mind out there, our viewers, and your wonderful words of wisdom, a question, because I need to make a plan about something else which is very urgent. This is getting restored, and the important question is how to repair something on the back. So I'm calling out to those with more knowledge. Put very simply, down here, there is a piece snapped off, which will come through here and bolt up, similar to this, which keeps it all in shape, but more importantly, keeps fumes and stuff inside and all the rest of it. Now, the thing is, you might say that's easy to weld, but this is cast iron. Well, there's the other side and what's missing. It's not the end of the world to fabricate and put on here, but cast iron does not weld in the same way as normal mild steel. The big consensus with cast iron is when it gets very hot when you're welding it, it can crack. And most people are suggesting, from where I'm reading, that you heat up the area that you're going to weld with a blowtorch and then simply tack weld it very slowly, so the heat, the contractions aren't quite so much of hot to cold, hot to cold. But I would love to hear from anyone out there that has done this, as I don't particularly want to ruin that by not thinking it through first, but I do want to be able to start planning that, as it's a really important piece and it's coming up to be put in very, very soon, under a bit of a deadline. So anyone out there that has had any experience welding cast iron wood stoves, please leave me a message in the comments on your experience and how it went, because I really need to make a plan for that.